Hello guys, so in this video I have no hook, nothing else. So if you have very low attention span or some shit like that, you can go and fuck yourself. I mean, I know most of the people, they have low attention span, so I'm basically saying to all of my audience to go and fuck themselves, but we have to change, okay? I'm also on the path that I'm increasing my dopamine, that I have to get positive dopamine from doing the right things like gym, delayed gratification, and all that. You also know, like most of the people tell about that. But my today's topic is that we don't have any hook for this video. So my today's topic is that everything in life is numbers game. If not everything, most of the things in life is numbers game. And I can prove my fact with the thing that happened with me today. And the thing was, firstly, let me tell you a theory behind it. So everything that happens in life, I'm saying this for the third time, is numbers game. And what I mean by this is, if you approach, let's say, 100 girls in a day, and if you approach 100 females in a day, do you think you would not be able to get maybe 80 if you're a good looking guy, maybe 90? And if you're a baddest motherfucker, like you don't look very good, you don't look fucking good, if you're the bad looking guy, do you think that, let's suppose, 50 out of them, or maybe 40, or maybe let's suppose the worst case scenario, 10%, 10 women, they won't give you the number if you talk to them genuinely good, if you genuinely are interested in them, and if you genuinely let them talk, because females love to yap. If you genuinely walk up to her and ask about like how was her day and all that, use some cheesy pickup line, and if you genuinely let her talk, do you think she won't be interested in you? I know most of the guys, they're focusing on their looks maxing. So one of those person who is the baddest looking, I don't know how the worst looking person in the whole planet. One of them. You are, maybe if you don't have money, so you're not spending money on your looks. If you don't have money, you might be a 4 or 5, but you're not even one, right? That's the good thing. And if you generally go up to a girl, just go and talk to her, let her yap. Do you think she won't be interested? I mean, of course, some of the people, some of the girls, they are gonna reject you. It's always a numbers game. Most of the time, if you do a thing good enough for a long number of hours, you are gonna know what are the bad things, what are the things that I don't have to do and what I do have to do. For the first 10 females that you approach, you will get to know that I don't have to do this. And when she's getting pushy, or maybe when she's stepping back, you will get to know. And after that, when you apply those lessons from 10 females to the rest 90 females, do you think your game won't be stronger? Like, I'm not holding any I'm not saying that this is a show that 90 or maybe 80 out of females will give you their numbers or maybe super interested in you, but this is a very high possibility, right? And this is the same with business too. If you do, let's suppose you're a freelancer and you want to get clients. Let's suppose you're a social media manager, okay? You're a social media manager, and if you want to get clients, you have the skill. I'm sorry about the tripod. Like, I don't have any tripod right now today. I just wanted to give the lessons because this is a thing that struck in my mind, and I wanted to give this as soon as possible. If I went to my the thing, the place where I record, and if I go over there and set up and all that, I would miss some points. I didn't want to miss any points. I was like, fuck it, let's just start recording videos, okay? So the thing that I was saying, if you're a social media manager, back to the point, if you're a social media manager, if you have the skills, it doesn't fucking matter like where you got those skills. Maybe editing YouTube videos, making content for your own Instagram profile and all that. If you have the skills, the first 10 people you approach, if they don't reply you, How about if you reach 90 more people? Do you think you won't be having any chance if you generally have the skills? Because in this, in girls, when you approach girls, there's a difference between these two things. When you approach girls, you're not, asking for anything from her on the spot. But when you are a social media manager, you're asking for their money on the spot. And by money on the spot, I mean, firstly, they have to trust you, that you're not just some guy who takes their money, like let's suppose just work with them for one time, take their money and just run away. Firstly, you have to trust you. Of course, they're gonna see your profile too, that if you're not a freaking bot or not a weirdo who's just, maybe, because if you're a social media manager, they have to they have to give their confidential information to you too, right? So if you're a social media manager, you're asking for their money, you're asking for their loyalty, you're asking for their time, essentially time, yeah. So this is not the same thing that when you're approaching a girl's, because when you approach a girl, the only thing she has to give is her number, maybe a little bit of time too, but girls, they don't give a shit about time. So they only have to give you the number, and after that you have to, get chatting and all that. You can grab the Instagram after that. She's also gonna see your Instagram if you're not a weirdo. So the point is, back to the topic, we are shifting a little bit, that everything in life, most of the things, they are numbers game. The more girls you approach, the better you are getting, better you are gonna get with girls, the more approaches that you make. This is what door to door sales guy, they also do, right? They knock like 1,000 doors, and after that they start to get good at it. This is really a very good idea. Like, think about it for a second. If someone is not making enough money, let's suppose in door to door knocking, most of the people, when they join door to door knocking, they leave. Why is that? Because they haven't knocked 1,000 doors. Once you cross that mark, automatically you're gonna get better at it. And people, they don't knock 1,000 doors. Let's suppose that's the limit, that you have to do this much, then after that you're gonna get better. But people don't do it. They don't knock 1,000 doors, and they leave the job immediately after a month or 2 months without having any sales. So of course they're not gonna get better at it. Of course they're not gonna get better at sales. So everything in life, it's a numbers game. I mean, most of the things, of course, you can't be saying like, you can't be having $1 billion contracts. Let's suppose a billionaire approaches you and he's ready to make a deal with you, right? Of course, you're not gonna get that opportunity most of the times. So, of course, many of the things, they are not numbers game, but most of the things, they really are numbers game. And that's what I'm doing too with my journey. Like, I follow this rule of Andrew Tate. I want to take his name. I guess I'm taking his name first time on my YouTube channel. That I learned this skill from him, that you have to be better at talking. You have to be good at talking. And talking is the skill that you have to be better at. You have to be perfect at it. If you're not a good looking guy, if you only have ambition, because I think in myself, I have a lot of ambition. I want to make a lot of money. I want to leave an impact on the world. And if you have that much ambition, and if, of course, like my English is not my first language, otherwise I would have been speaking freaking tightly. And by tightly, I means no ums, no ahs, no gaps, nothing. And if English, like now, English is not my first language, so I'm trying to be perfect at it. Surely you can argue nobody's perfect and all that crap. I don't believe in that. Have you ever seen how Andrew Tate speaks? Like, I'm not saying that he's a good guy or a bad guy. I'm being a little diplomatic here, little diplomatic. That, but you have to see his positive things too. He speaks so well, he debates so well. Surely you can argue that he has good points, so the debate goes into his perspective. But have you seen how he approaches all the points? Have you seen how he lays his perspective? And by laying the perspective, I mean, let's suppose you're on a debate and you have 4 points to make. And if you want to win that debate, you have to lay the points like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So if someone is a noob and he's new to debating, how about if he lays the points like 3, 4, 1, and 2? This randomly. Do you think he's gonna win? Because the condition was, if you lay the points like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, then you're gonna win. But he didn't. And how are you gonna know that? Because you have to be, firstly, ready to make mistakes. And for mistakes, when you do those mistakes, you have to learn from it. And the more mistakes you make, the more are you gonna learn. And more are you gonna learn, the more are you gonna implement. And the more you implement, the better are you gonna get at it. So the whole more thing here, it isn't this whole thing a numbers game? It really is, right? If you have anything that you don't you suggest that I should be saying something else, you can mention in the comments down below. But I just wanted to say that I am on this journey and I'm taking my numbers game very seriously, and I'm making my voice and my words very clear. I'm on this mission that I have to make my communication the best. I have to remove all the ums, the ahs, and everything, all the gaps. I have to make my vocabulary very strong. And I will be soon, like, I'm on the process of writing an ebook. If you see the ebook, because right now I haven't completed the ebook, and you can check the comments down below. I might have in the future uploaded that. Yeah, maybe, I don't know when are you watching this video, but I might have uploaded that ebook on the comments or the description below. So I'm not forcing you to buy it, because I got better things to do. I got better things to get value from. But if you want to buy it, if you want to see all the things that I learned from my journey, and you don't want to do those mistakes, you can surely buy my ebook. Thank you very much. You have a good day.